Welcome. My name is Liz Brooks, and I am the current president of ILCA. And on behalf of the full board of directors, I want to thank you for taking a few minutes to learn a little bit more about the bylaws changes that we are proposing for 2014. Some of you might wonder why we're having another vote on bylaws changes. We tried a ballot for bylaws changes in the early part of June, but there was some question about the fairness of the process of the balloting. So the ILCA Board of Directors decided that we should do it all over again from scratch. We have redesigned the ballot so that you can vote on bylaws section by section rather than voting on them all or none. And we feel that we have increased the fairness, clarity, and security of the process. The new balloting period runs from 24 June to 6 July. ILCA runs itself using two different kinds of systems. One of them is directed by the law. We have articles of incorporation that were filed in 1985 when ILCA was first formed, describing us as a not-for-profit international professional association made up of individual members. We also have bylaws that the law require, and they tell us that ILCA governance is through an elected board of directors that carries out operations using paid staff and volunteer leadership. We also know there are some matters that are directed by the board, including the vision, mission, strategic plan, and of course the financial health of the organization. In a nutshell, the bylaws tell the board of directors that it is to direct the affairs of the association. The bylaws also require that every director who sits on the board of directors must be IBCLC certified. The bylaws don't mention this, but ILCA policies and procedures require also that all committee chairs and liaisons be IBCLC certified. We know that by law, the bylaws tell those directors who are directing the affairs of the association that they must uphold the purposes of ILCA, which are listed out in Article 2 of the bylaws and define quite clearly the elements that demonstrate that we promote IBCLC leadership, advocacy, professional development, and research. If you want to compare the 2007 and 2014 bylaws, you can take this link and you will find a comparison and showing tracked changes so that you can see everything that's been changed from the old to the new. And there should be live links made available to you to this document in the emails you have received from the ILCA office about this second vote. Remember that ILCA is made up of individual members. We have 5,400 individual members around the world. Everyone who joins ILCA enjoys the same benefits. We also have an innovative affiliation model at ILCA. We have partner affiliates and associate affiliates. Partner affiliates require that 100% of their members also be members of ILCA. And our three partner affiliates today are CLCA, the Canadian Lactation Consultant Association, LACANS, which is Lactation Consultants of Australia and New Zealand, and USLCA, the United States Lactation Consultants Association. So what are the bylaws changes that are being proposed by the ILCA Board in 2014? There will be 4 votes on the balloting in the latter half of June. Vote 1 has to do with the ILCA Representative Board. Vote 2 has to do with Board of Director term definitions. Vote 3 has to do with voting members for ILCA members, voting powers for ILCA members, and vote 4 has to do with formatting, context, and grammar edits that are non-controversial. What is the ILCA Representative Board, and why does the ILCA Board think that a vote yes on this is a good idea? Well, a Representative Board is designed to balance the voices of our 5,400 individual members around the world with the voices from our partner affiliates. We know that decision-making authority is most equitable when there is voting power on the board of directors. The way the representative board will be set up is to allow a guaranteed seat for each of the 3 partner affiliates, and as time goes on, we would expand as we get new partner affiliates. We would also guarantee a seat for somebody who comes from a country or region that is not represented by the partner affiliates. And we would balance those with an equal number of seats by people who are elected by any member of ILCA coming from any country. The ILCA Representative Board has been uniformly and enthusiastically endorsed by the partner affiliates. It allows us to build a worldwide matrix of aligned but autonomous organizations that promote the IBCLC profession. Until the bylaws are changed, however, we cannot have this representative board. Vote 2 has to do with board of directors Term limits and selection processes. Directors are still limited to 2 terms. Each term runs 3 years. But under the new bylaws, anytime a director is invited for a second term or is appointed for a second term, that must be ratified by all of the voting members of ILCA. Additionally, the president, who currently is selected from the current board of directors, has to be ratified by the voting members of ILCA. This system will allow us to infuse new leadership on a faster track into the decision-making seats at ILCA, because it requires members to periodically affirm their support of the leaders in office. Vote 3 has to do with voting powers of those who are dues-paying ILCA members. In 1985, when ILCA was formed, anyone was allowed to join, and everyone who was paid up could vote. Voting rights were changed in 2007 and confined to those who are just IBCLC. Those who can vote in ILCA are allowed to vote in 3 areas. They can elect directors, they can vote to ratify bylaws changes, such as the ballot that is occurring now, and they are allowed to make motions and vote on motions at the annual general meeting on things like accepting minutes and voting to adjourn. The ILCA Board feels it's important to give voting powers to all dues-paying members to show that they have an equitable voice in their organization. Membership builds allegiance to the profession and to the association. It also helps to reduce barriers of entry. And we know that there are some considerable barriers of entry into our profession based on income, geographic location, race, and the availability of training and clinical opportunities. Indeed, there will be a one-day lactation summit addressing inequities within the lactation consultant profession on 27 July. It will discuss how difficult it is to become an IBCLC. We know that IBCLC aspirants need a home. Those who hope to become IBCLC or who want to demonstrate their support for the work of IBCLCs need to feel welcomed in this professional association. We know that voting rights are a tangible demonstration of the equitable voice that we feel each member holds as a member of this organization. That's how the representative board was built, on the notion that if your voice is going to matter, you need to be able to have the power of the vote. But let's remember that ILCA is constructed and by law can only operate if it's going to uphold the purposes of the organization, which are to promote the IBCLC credential. Vote number 4 is for lots of little changes that are non-controversial. We're fixing typographical errors. We're making sure that we have consistent language. And as silly as it seems, all of those little changes do require a vote by the membership. So we're going to ask that you please vote yes on vote number 4. Check your ILCA profile on the member-only side of the website to make sure that we have your current IBCLC status and your current email. You will get a listserv again on June 24, giving you a link to the ballot for this new bylaws vote. If you want to make sure that your ILCA profile is accurate and up-to-date, go back and look at your June 16th listserv or email from the ILCA office detailing how you could confirm that your information is accurate and up-to-date. If you've got any questions as to whether or not you will get your ballot when the new balloting period commences on June 24, I'm going to suggest that you check your email on the next day. On June 25, check your regular email, check your spam folder. If you do not see your ballot and you are a current ILCA member and you are currently IBCLC and you have paid up your dues, please contact the ILCA office. They are very eager to help you and to make sure that you get access to your opportunity to vote. Please do thoughtfully consider your vote, because once it is cast, you cannot change it or cancel it, and you cannot vote again. To discuss these topics with others who are interested in the bylaws for ILCA and the future direction of this organization, visit our blog, lactationmatters.org, and share your thoughts with the rest of the IBCLC community. On behalf of the ILCA Board of Directors, thank you so much, and please